Hey guys, Milo here. I wanted to do a little breakdown of my previous video. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it because this is what we'll be going into. It's just basically a little fusion thing. It's called Phrygian because I guess most of the tune is kind of in a Phrygian mode. So let me first go over what I started with. So I was playing my Strat, which you saw in the video. I don't have it here with me because I actually left it on stage. We just sound checked. So I'm using an Apollo Twin, just a regular Apollo Twin, not the new one. Right? I'm gonna go into the console right now and show you what the signal chain looks like. So I'm going just mono into the Apollo Twin, into the high Z input. And then in the unison slot of the console, I'm using the Pete Thorne PT100, right? You can see here, this is I'm on the second channel. And this is basically the settings that I have. I have the gain all the way up on what I guess would be the preamp. Well, let me see. Some other notable things to keep in mind is I have a noise gate on. Because it does get a little noisy. So this is a cool plugin because it's got a lot of really cool things that the other amp plugins don't have, like the noise gate and these little filters. It's actually also have a delay that I'm not using right now. But anyway, here's what the noise gate is at. I have a low cut at around 110 hertz. I didn't do anything with that for now. This is the IR that I'm using, number 77. I guess it's based on Pete Thorne's 212. So I'm doing that. And then I'm going into a NEVE 1073 just for some additional EQ. And I just have a little bit of a boost right around here, right? And that's about it. So in the little aux, I have a bus with a reverb, which is here. Now these are turned off right now because I put them on the Pro Tools session, so they're on there now. But this is the setting that I have for this, mixes all the way up. I think this might have been a preset. Yeah, I guess so. Big, bright square. And then I actually tweaked it a bit. But I started off with that. And then the delay, I have it set like this. So now I'm using this to monitor myself. And these are being recorded though. The delay and the reverb are not being recorded. What I'm doing is I'm pulling them up afterwards to mix. So what actually was recorded is, let me show you how the track sounds. Let me bypass everything. Okay. Right, so pretty raw. And then I'll tell you what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is, as you can see, just a mono track, right? Everything above here is just the program drums. I'll show you what those sound like. Right? I got a drum bus here. That's how the drums sound originally. Right? So what I'm actually doing is I'm distorting the drums in a bus. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of doing a little bit of that to everything. I copied some of the drum fills and added some like electric filters to them. Bass, some keys. But anyway, back to the guitar. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm low cutting some of this stuff. I didn't want to do a whole lot of EQing at the input, because I wanted to do it during the mix. So this is the EQ that I have on here, just bumping a little bit around 1K. The Q is pretty big, and just a little bit of here too, just trying to make it cut real well. And then I'm adding a Helios, and I'm just adding a little bit of the color here, and I'm also peaking a little bit at around, I guess this would be like 700 hertz, right? This is a new plugin that I've been using for a few weeks now, and I really dig it. I'm also low cutting some more here too, 6 dBs. And I brought this down because at this point it's cranking. So that's what I'm doing as far as EQs go. And then the delay and the reverb I have running in a bus, right? So I actually changed the reverb and I'm running the Fractal reverb. And this is what I have. I have a large hall. The low cut is around 174 hertz, 7,000 hertz for the high cut, right? Because I don't want the reverb to be rumbly. So I cut the lows, and I also don't want it to be too bright and kind of slapping you in the face with the pre-delay, you know? Pre-delays, I always like to set them between, but like, you know, 30 milliseconds and maybe 80 milliseconds. I find that that's a spot that I like. Everything else, I think, seems to be pretty normal. I have the mix all the way up because I'm using it as a bus. And then the delay, I'm using the precision delay from Universal Audio. Same thing here. As you can see, it's a way bigger low cut, 406 hertz, and actually a bigger high cut as well, around 1.62 or so. So I'm making sure that the delay doesn't get in the way of the lead tone, right? And one of those ways is to just cut a lot of the highs and cut a lot of the lows so that it just kind of fills up, but it doesn't really come right at you. I kind of set the right and the left a little bit differently. I didn't really mess with the modulation and everything. So let me show you how that sounds when I dial it in. Let me bypass both of these, and then first I'll dial the delay in. Oh, let me mute the drums. Here we go. Right? That's the delay. Now let me mute the delay and show you the reverb. So that's a pretty big verb. So now both of them. Right? Cool. And now the only other thing is in the master bus, I've got a API 2500 and just a little bit of EQ. This is just to crank this up a little bit. This is without it. So smaller and darker. Bigger and brighter. That's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. If you guys dig these kind of videos, I'll definitely do them more often. But I managed to do it under 10 minutes. Awesome. Cool, guys. Leave me your comments. See ya.